Hello, Jai Hind, everyone. Good morning. Well, good afternoon now, I would say. I am Major Mohammed Ali Shah, and I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with a very, very fine person, a great journalist, and even a greater friend. In fact, he's my brother, and of course, he needs no introduction at all. You all see him daily on NewsX, and you a very, very familiar face and one of the most handsome journalists, I would say. And of course, Malhotra has just returned from the United Kingdom after being honored as the first Indian journalist of the People's Award of the Journalist People Award in UK Parliament, that's the House of Lords. And let's ask Vineet slightly more about this award. And in fact, Vineet is a very, very modest, humble person. But being very regular on Vineet's shows, I insisted. I told Vineet, no, Vineet, we must talk about it. Come on. And I am glad that he has agreed to give me time. And let's welcome him and let's talk more about this particular award. Vineet, Jai Hind, and thank you very much for taking out time, Vineet.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you so much for that passionate and exaggerated introduction. You're always
Of course.
very kind with your words. Uh, so yes, I've just come back from the UK. Uh, I became the first journalist to receive the People's Award in journalism. It's an award which is fairly new. It was launched about 18 years ago, and it recognizes people from various fields across the world in
Hmm.
their respective domains. So I became the first Indian journalist to receive this award. There have been other Indians from different domains who have received this award, be it charity, be it corporate excellence, be it other disciplines. And it was a huge honor. I shared the stage with movers and shakers from around the world. The Ugandan foreign minister was there. A lot of people who, in fact, are running the government or have run the government in the United Kingdom uh, were there. Some lords were there as well, people who are basically a part of the House of Lords in the United Kingdom, which is very similar to our Rajya Sabha. People who have dedicated their life in the service of the people of the United Kingdom. So it was a great feeling, uh, and I thought that the kind of neutral journalism that I have been basically a proponent of uh, was rewarded. I think we're living in an era, Ali, where you have to take sides, and I think I have gotten away with that to a large degree, and but I never thought that I will be rewarded for that. But I think more than that, more than being rewarded in India, I got rewarded in the United Kingdom, and it was a great experience going inside the Parliament. Seeing those fascinating buildings which were uh, built by the Romans, and the one thing that was really touching was that my dad used to work just down the road from the UK Parliament. He was in the Indian Embassy, uh, and I was born in London, so
Wow.
I got a feeling that
Exactly. I
life
felt that. Yeah. Yeah.
life for me has come a full circle, from being born there and then going back there after 45 years and picking up this award uh, was really cathartic for me, and it was a great experience. It was uh, a great way of basically honoring my dad's legacy as well, and what he intended for me to do.
Right, Preet. Wow, wow, that is great. That's very deeply moving and touching. In fact, that is deeply moving and touching. इसी में आ रहा था, I was about to come to that. It was a birthplace, and now coming back to that, life has come a full circle. In fact, Preet, because आप प्रोफेशनल एंकर है, आपकी तो आप शायद लोगों के जहन में क्या चल रहा है वो आप पहले से पढ़ लेते हैं. Maybe that's the reason you said that. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that you're the first Indian journalist, because a lot of people are thinking that you're the first Indian. I said नहीं, पहला इंडियन नहीं, पहला इंडियन जर्नलिस्ट. अब तक किसी जर्नलिस्ट को ये अवार्ड से नवाजा नहीं गया है. Could you throw some light on a few other Indians who have got the award, who are not journalists, of course, but few other Indians?
Uh, so, see, most of the people that have received this award have belonged to charitable institutions. There have been a few people who have done a lot of work in the background when it comes to UK India relationships, Ali. that have been given this award, because there's a lot of work that goes on between two countries than what we are able to see and we are able to assess or even be privy to. Uh, Mostly the people who have received this award have been charitable organizations and former diplomats who have in some way or more ways basically devised this kind of a conversation between the two countries. As you know that India UK relationship has been a little bitter for the past few years, or rather decades as well. In fact, it's been bitter since we got independence because of what they did to us, and how the country looted us. So that being said, uh, I think there were a lot of people who tried to assuage these differences. So they were predominantly the ones who have been, given this award. And of course, there are a lot of international celebrities who have gotten this award. Um, the former Prime Minister David Cameron received this award. Reverend Jesse Jackson has received this award. Uh, there have been some notable actors in the United Kingdom, like Hugh Grant, who have received this award in the Parliament. So I think whenever there is a concept of selfless service, or service which has been long enough that it is supposed to be recognized, this award has stepped in. And it's a voting system. It's somebody picks you up, somebody sees you. I did not know that I had won the award until August last year. I got a letter and I thought it was a joke. And I called the people back. I said I received this letter, and what's the criteria? And they said it's a voting system. Somebody recommends you, somebody puts down your name, and we do a vote, and you basically emerged as the victor by a very big margin. And there I was in the UK Parliament receiving this award. It was a wonderful experience.
Wow. I was just going to come to this. I was just about less than a month back. I saw a picture of yours, which was very viral on social media, with you and the former Prime Minister of Australia, in fact, at the New conclave, where the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the chief guest. वो आपकी फोटो थी ना, तो I said, ये आपने इसके बारे में उनसे जिक्र किया, the former Prime Minister of Australia, that you will be soon going to London immediately after this conclave and I'll be receiving this award and such things. आपने जिक्र किया नहीं किया?
नहीं, मैंने जिक्र नहीं किया. मेरी भी गलत आदत है कि मैं अपने डोल ड्रम्स खुद नहीं बजाता हूँ, तो I usually stay away from that. I can try to keep my head down.
I know. That's why Vineet Malhotra was very reluctant. I told him, dude, you got to. And he couldn't say no to me. I mean, very, very sweet and kind of him, in fact. So, Vineet, I know the... Thanks, brother. Thanks, yeah. Very sweet of you. तो मैं चाय पे आ ही रहा था एक्चुअली कि भाई आपकी चाय ठंडी रहेगी, चाय पी लीजिए, because very smartly, I mean, when somebody was bringing the tea for you, you very smartly told the camera. So उस time I did not know whether to incorporate this or not, but फिर मैं कहा यार, fuck it, let me not embarrass Vineet Malhotra. But then of course, when I saw you having chai, I said ठीक है, it's good. Yeah, maybe चाय से ठंडी हो रही है, तो कोई बात नहीं. अभी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ. Vineet, also tell me, I can see the guitar in the background. You're very passionate about music, about poetry, so tell me, has that, the sense of music and rhythm and poetry helped you in your delivery on television as a journalist as well?
That's a very good question, actually. And that's a very profound question if you look at it from the point of view that every profession has an element of art in it. If you're familiar with art, I think you'll be able to process your talent even better, because everything is about pauses and spaces in our life. How much you pause, how much you space, and how do you modulate? And that's what music is also all about, right? Music is modulation and spaces and time. And I think that principle helps me, uh, be an anchor who can command his voice, can deal with things in a way which seems attractive or inciting to the viewer. I think in that regard, music has really helped me understand that there's art in everything. Even when I'm taking a photograph from my phone, I try and keep the concept of the right moment to take that photograph in my head. If I'm trying to basically interview someone, some high profile dignity, I try and keep the timing of my question accurate. So that way, it makes it more exciting. It makes it more lively. So you're absolutely right. Music has been a big part of my life. I play a dozen instruments, and it's always been a hobby. It's always been something that distracts me. Some people smoke and drink when they're stressed. I resort to music, and I think that
Wow.
is something which has kept me sane, if I can say, because as you know, the media is a very very stressful industry. There is a lot of to keep up, Ali. There is a lot of to catch up. You would know that, being you being one of the premier defense experts in the world. You would know that keeping up with this profession is the tough part. You need to know what's happening in Manipur. You need to know what's happening in Ukraine. So similarly, for if your forte is defense, for a journalist like me, it's everything. I have to keep up with everything. So there is a lot of stress that comes, and you make mistakes on TV. You there are errors that happen, and then you beat yourself over it. Why didn't I say that? Why didn't I say that? And I think that's the way that you de-stress by falling back on music.
Correct, Vineet. Correct. I mean, I wanted to congratulate you on this award, and I thought it would be my honor and privilege अगर आप थोड़ा वक्त निकालें. And शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत हमारे शो पे आने के लिए. I'm really grateful to you. And before I let you go, any last message you would like to throw to our viewers, Vineet?
Um, I think only one thing that I should always advise people, especially of the younger generation, and you would also agree, that आजकल की दुनिया में लोगों में patience खत्म है. Um, and I think when you exercise patience and you wait for the right moment, things happen for you. Life rewards you in different ways. And never compare yourself with anybody else. You have your own path, you have your own journey, you have your own latitude and longitude. You were born into a different situation, and so is everybody. You were born into a different situation, and you have this path. You should never compare yourself with anyone. And I think that is a mantra that I've always followed, that I have my own path, and I have to find success in that specific path, regardless of what everybody else is doing. If somebody started journalism with me and they've reached a certain spot, it's not my comparison. They came from a different background, they had a different upbringing, they had a different schooling. So I think that's very, very important for the current generation to process and realize and take inspiration from.
Absolutely, Vineet. The way we take inspiration from you, in fact, I take a lot of inspiration from you. And when I see you deliver, मैं खुद सीखने को मिलता हूँ यार. विनीत की तरह बोलना है भैया, है ना? Vineet, thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and many more to follow. Many more awards, many more laurels, many more success and happiness and good health to you, Vineet. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Jai Hind,
Thank you so
brother.
much, Ali. Thank you for having me. You are, of course, a great guy yourself, and it's always, inspirational to interact with you as well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, brother. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Ali. Bye.